Hello everybody, and welcome back to another game, another live stream from the League of Dracula. This is a quarter-final match between Fangs of Fire, number 3 seed, playing as the Hunters, and Terminus, number 11 seed, playing as Dracula. This is the second game in this quarter-final. I realize there may not be many people watching live currently, because there's another game that is about to reach its conclusion. So we're missing out on that. We're not quite sure what the result's going to be, but we'll find out after the fact, or if someone says it in chat. But hello, everybody. I am joined in the commentary booth by Rossco. Hello, hello.
Good evening.
Now, do you promise to stay until the end of this?
Well, the only way I manage to stay to the end is when I do commentate, so that's the only... I can't get my trigger-happy finger to go, this is boring, Drax's going to die, I'll just need to stay with it. I might go quiet, but I'll stay with it.
Okay. Very good. So I've joined the game a little bit late. I think you've been here since the beginning, Roscoe, so is there anything in particular or exciting that we've missed and the viewers should know?
Yes, let me recap you. So Behind the Veil was drawn and Reckless Vampire was discarded.
Okay.
Two Evil Presences have been drawn, but to no avail.
Okay.
As I said to you before, surprisingly, Mina had started in London and Van Helsing with Godalming, but you'd mentioned this was Fangs' MO setup, so okay, that's fine. Never seen it before, so that was a surprise to me, and obviously not been found. So Two Evil Presences, that's fine. No other search cards. Mr. X has been played, and yeah, no identity of where he is so far.
Okay. That's a good recap. Oh, there's Harker.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, this is Fangs' start in across his Dracula career. Fangs has tried lots of different starting setups, but seemed to have settled on this one for this tournament. So
Okay.
interesting. If a hunter, oh, there's newspaper.
Ah, okay, Cologne.
Interesting. I guess because of Harker, you just play it immediately, because Harker's going to reveal the other thing soon enough. If you know the sort of general proximity, you can make your way over. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, ramifications. Spoilers for anybody, so if you've missed some games, then maybe turn off or mute for a few seconds. It is possible, if Fangs of Fire wins this game, that he might be the first person to confirm his place in the semi-final. It is also possible that Mr. Green would have made it, but the problem is the Mr. Green Geo game is still going on, and because I'm looking at this match on my other monitor, I don't know what is happening in that other game. So it's like Schrodinger's, like the Schrodinger result, right? Mr. Green could be in the semi-final or could not be, but until you see it, you don't know. So we're going to have to operate under that assumption. Pizza Wizard and Ariel have only played one game, so their tie hasn't been decided yet. I've played 2 games in mine, but we're going to have to go to a tiebreaker. We're going to play that tomorrow, so neither... So neither myself nor Spencer have confirmed our place in the semi-final. Fangs is 1-0 up in this one. So yeah, if Terminus wants to stay in the tournament, he's going to have to win this. It's a must-win game.
Okay.
Must-win game. The other one was very close, so we'll have to see. It's only be for a tiebreak, so Fangs is going to this knowing that if it's a loss, not out of the tournament yet.
Yeah, I think I watched Fang's Terminus first leg.
Possibly. Oh, I streamed it with a Rook, so you might have.
Oh yeah.
Watched the stream, or maybe you just tuned in without looking at the stream, perhaps.
Yeah, tuned in with the stream. Yeah, well, yeah,
no,
so you're in a Rook. Yeah.
You left too early. Again. And you missed an epic finale where Dracula almost... Wait, who... no, the Hunters almost won.
No, I've had you tell me this before. It's absolute nonsense. You're like, well, this happened, and then Dracula killed all the Hunters with one fell swoop. I'm not falling for that again.
No, seriously. Hunters was so close to winning. There was a final 3-on-1 in Valona. But they almost got the win. But Godalming was just a tad too low on health, and he didn't survive to a claws.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was it. That's why you had to get over the finishing line. There was crazy stuff right at the end there. So yeah, you left too early.
A wizard doesn't leave too early. He leaves exactly when he means to.
Alrighty. Is this Amsterdam, or is this a fake Amsterdam and it's actually... Well, I guess with Jonathan Harker we'll know, but Hamburg would be better, because it's going to be difficult for Seward to reach unless there's horses.
Yeah, I do like this. The problem is with the Hamburg start, because typically 2 hunters start in 58, they can rail up there pretty easy before. But yeah, if you're coming from the west, Hamburg's a good start because they can't just jump straight onto it unless you've got a 3 ticket or fast horses. So yeah, I'm not sure what. No rumour tokens yet, and no wolf forms being used. So
no.
The problem now is you want to try and do wolf forms and get a rumour, because now Jonathan Harker's in play, it just chips away at that. Especially when the Cologne, you're going to know it's one of those that you can kind of go, right, okay, you can pretty much follow the path. The good thing is Stewart has now vacated his position in Bordeaux. So if you manage to get Cologne, say you went 51, 24, 36, kind of wolf form it to Spain, then that might give you a bit more movement around there, throw some more trails down.
Because he could be in Clermont-Ferrand right now, going to Toulouse, for example, without a wolf form. I don't mind the Hamburg thing. It's a thing that Wizard Kajik used to do. I actually kind of like it, because if you start something like Amsterdam or in that sort of area, the 2 hunters that are in Vienna are going to be able to sort of move northwest, whereas Hamburg actually forces them a lot more north. So that sort of western side, sort of Munich, Zurich, Strasbourg, it's not as covered as well. So you can do some more sneaky things, wolf form, from something good like Zurich or something like that. And especially if there's a hide in Hamburg. In this case, there isn't. So we'll see.
Yeah,
if
and I think as well as if the hunters in 58 don't have fast horse movement and they use rail to get up to Hamburg, then as you say, it's harder for them to then get out of there quicker.
Yeah.
So it does allow that extra potential 1 day to move it around. Whereas, going west to east, you've got pretty much the rail line going all the way through the country.
There is a charge on Mina.
Oh, sense of emergency. Van Helsing going to deal with Hamburg, it looks like.
I guess so. That's the only ways either that or chartered carriage. Mina's got a chartered carriage, so yeah, it looks like sense of emergency. How worth it will that be?
Yeah, she's bobbing about in the sea, so. Right, okay. Fast horses and chartered carriage. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully nobody's said anything in live chat yet. I assume everyone's still watching the other game. Is someone gonna let me know in terms of audio levels? If it's gash or it's alright, let me know.
Who have we got listening?
Currently nobody. Well, are you watching the live stream?
No, I'm on the game.
Okay, so there is one other person, because I'm on it. So there is one other person. Okay, nice saboteur, not to have ambushed with the saboteur. That's good.
Yeah. Hamburg is a hoax, perhaps. Aristocratic.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow, only a bodyguard. Is that worth a sense of emergency?
Wow, 4 damage.
Yeah.
That's good though for Van Helsing though. And again, that's not a bad mature to stop. We've seen that before. The bodyguards are very handy to get in a fight, especially any part of the game, but that's fair enough.
Do you think it's worth a sense of emergency though?
No, but again, Van Helsing not knowing that, if that's the only way he could have got there, which it was, because Mina couldn't have got there from the UK, she was floating about in the English Channel. If it was a hoax or aristocratic, all right, there was no rumour token, and I guess you could have looked at it and said, well, there's a few vampire cards in there. I guess you want to stop it being a hoax, don't you? We'll see if it comes down later in the game if that sense of emergency is recovered. We've seen that in games before, haven't we? Where a movement card's been used early, and then at the end game, that's where they could have used it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What would you have done then? Would you have just let, because obviously you wouldn't have got to there without sense of emergency. Would you have just let that mature?
I mean, I guess the fear is a hoax, right? I don't really care if it's a 3 or 4 point vamp. I don't care. How many? 9 Dracula cards in discard to stop a hoax?
That's enough. There's
May
enough to do damage in those 9, though.
maybe. I've been done in one of the other tournament games where I didn't sense of urgency onto a hoax and it cost me the game. Just in terms
So
of
you're
the
right, okay.
it's just in terms of because there was a manual Hildesheim that got played, so
Yep.
the things that I discarded would have really benefited me later. It just messed up the deck in terms of later supplies. So to stop a hoax, yeah, sure. I still feel that for Dracula, it's good to see a sense of urgency being used, and it's only a bodyguards that got stopped. I mean, bodyguards is nice, but and now you're seeing hunters going backwards like this. Yeah, this is good.
And I like the fact he's misdirected the location from Wolfform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's good.
he's taking the. It's almost like Fangs of Fires. That's really hard to say. Style of Dracula, play in the center, muck around,
Yeah.
wolf form, really cause a lot of confusion in terms of where the trailer's going. And it looks like Terminus is just taking that to Fangs.
Good.
Give me a
Very
little
good.
bit of his own medicine.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, limitation's the best form of flattery, isn't it? So.
Mm-hmm. Unless he's tried to play sneaky, and then Fangs will get away with this. We've seen this before, where the commentators will start pondering about the potential that Dracula is really far east or it's very far west, and then because Dracula did a sneaky wolf form, it's not actually that far away from the hunters once they actually do find him. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Harker's going to help a lot here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epoxy Harker. We've seen it a lot actually this tournament. Even though he is probably the weakest ally, his value, I think, is increased. Especially with the Immortal update, like the way the trail slides during Dracula's turn. I mean, maybe it doesn't make a huge difference, but if the hunters are under a bit more sort of time pressure, they don't have as many moves to make deductions. And if they get it wrong, they can backtrack to another location. They're under a little bit more pressure, so the fewer moves they spend sort of bumbling around trying to find, a wolf form location or something that they don't know, that's not real. Strasbourg's not a huge surprise. Hey, Snuff is here. Snuff is in Team Terminus. You'll be wanting Terminus to win just for Dracula's sake, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, to
Plus, if Dracula wins, it'll be a tie, and I like games that go one more make it more exciting. So yeah,
no,
Dracula
I agree.
either way.
For the sake of getting a tiebreaker, then yes, I would say so. And also underdog, but the Hunter Dracula win rate has closed up a little bit. So a Hunter win, I just want to see a good game of Fear of Dracula, to be honest. If it's anything like the previous one that Rook and I streamed, then I will be very happy with that. What did Mina do? Did Mina scan? I don't think she did, right? I missed it. It's not on my screen anymore. Godalming discarded 2 pistols earlier, by the way. Now he's discarded a rifle, so he must be really well tooled up.
Yeah. Yeah, you got rid of those ones. And 2 holy bullets have been discarded as well.
Interesting. Okay. But you never know. That one that's floating around could do the damage later.
Yeah, it's been a few holy bullets making an appearance this tournament. It's a success.
I think the way that the combat information screen's been changed just makes it better to be holding on to it.
Yeah, that's it. Drax.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, there's a final one.
I just rendered everything that we just said useless.
Yep, Sue doesn't want that. Okay, Garlic goes. Yep, that's fine. Not dealing with Strasbourg. Oh, Mina must be dealing with Strasbourg then.
I assume so. But the problem is, what happens...
First thing's stake?
But what happens if the next thing is Geneva? You suddenly end up in a situation where if Mina's suddenly delayed by this Strasbourg thing, who's going to get there?
Yeah.
Staying off the rail line's very good here.
And we know, because of the movement, because the rail lines have been used, Wax cylinder again. He was still, still hiding. That's no hide. That's good. It's only Mina that I've seen moving with fast horses. So either the other ones haven't need to use it yet, or they haven't drawn them yet.
Yep. But they've supplied 4 items today, so there's only 5 left.
Yeah.
So you'd think they would have obtained at
left.
least 1 more from now.
But then again, your match the other night, it was like down to the last one when Mina drew the fast horse, didn't he? So
yeah, that could have easily cost me. In hindsight, I think I should have taken that really early fight with Heavenly Hose and Double Knife on Mina. I should probably have taken it, but never mind. Hindsight, it all worked out. So, okay. So she's got a weapon.
Rules. That's fine. Yeah, yeah. Again, that's good. It reveals cards inadvertently, so that's what you want. Geneva, yeah, like you said, yeah.
So Mina can deal with it because there's no delay in Strasbourg, so that's fine. That's worked out. Probably not a great thing for Dracula because now Fangs could just sit there and go, all right, I can take another turn supplying.
Yeah.
Mina can deal with Geneva. And then they've got even another turn before the Wolfform location is revealed. So everybody could just sit and supply potentially 2 more days if they really wanted to. There's no rumor token, so they're not going to suddenly give up 7 points. It's actually not worked out as well as it could have done for Dracula. Jonathan Harker.
But then they have to watch because the Wolfform could they're going to move on it when they find it, and it could be far enough. If he was in Geneva, then he went to Marseille and Wolfform, he could have got all the way down to Zaragoza or Barcelona, which is going to be difficult for them to get to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll need to start moving at some point, in one direction before, because if Harker reveals it, they can't get to it. Although Chartered Carriage, if Chartered Carriage are one of them, then I guess they can get down to Barcelona. But yeah, I don't know. You may have gone Geneva 60, Wolfform past Godalming to 59.
Yeah.
Mina's been out of. She's not been able to do any psychic bond.
Nope. I assume the Hunters are just playing it well. Harker's just going to do all the work for us. We're just going to supply up. And you sort of, from the Dracula side, you dread to think what sort of events they're supplying. Items they're going to be good on. Konami's discarding a knife, so he's definitely well tooled up.
The second horse.
Mm-hmm.
What's the layers? Cologne, Strasbourg, Hamburg. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that. What would be Mina's always classed as the weakest hunter for the so putting her by herself, isolating her in the UK, is that used as one to try and bait Dracula to start there to take Mina? I mean, you could argue that she's even a weaker target to go after than Van Helsing by starting in the UK. So has he?
Yes.
You mentioned Fangs has used that before. Has Mina been targeted there before in the UK by having her placed there?
It doesn't seem like it. No, nobody has gone for it.
Wow.
I guess the one good thing about it is if it's Van Helsing alone and he suddenly has a situation with Dracula, he can't move and trade on the same turn. Whereas if Mina suddenly discovers in the UK, Van Helsing could suddenly trade something over to her, and then she jumps in. There are not many Dracula players who would go for it. I don't know what the advantage is though of having Van Helsing on the mainland. I don't see what the advantage is. I'd rather have Mina on the mainland to do psychic scans later. Or potential hypnosis if there's a Wolfform.
Yes. Yeah, you're denying her using one of her abilities, which is what you want the Hunters to be able to do by having her start, even when she starts in Madrid, which I've seen sometimes. It's you're by having her isolated, she's not able to use a psychic bond. So even, if your Princes have both been played, you could then have around with no fear that they're going to do a psychic bond, together. So yeah, and obviously Stuart's still got his wax cylinders, so that's hindering the hide, which is fine. But I mean that's Drac now 4 ahead. And Geneva's having to get revealed now, which is all right. That's creating soil.
Okay. Again, I mean,
That'll bring the Drac card a little bit.
good for counter economy. He's probably going to get cleared. He's not going to get the healing off it. But that's just shuffling the deck even more, and Terminus has stayed on land for the last 10 days. And also with Behind the Veil, right? So that helps out.
Yeah. And it reveals if Surge is holding onto Heavenly Host or not, because I don't know if you'd be tempted to not reveal Heavenly Host, because you're only in 14 health anyway, and just let him have the 1 point, rather than actually letting you see that Surge is holding onto an HH.
Maybe, yeah. Especially now, because in the old version of the game, Dracula would be able to go to C and then obtain the healing, but because it's been flipped around the other way, this is the one situation where it's actually a nerf to Dracula. If Dracula realizes he's going to suddenly get a free Desecrated Soul healing, Dracula often, in the old version of the game, of the digital edition, would go to C, or do a Dark Call, and then just feed or use the healing to get right back up. Okay, no real surprise there.
No, actually,
Non-Italia. Okay, that's pretty important, because he could have been down sort of around Naples Bari by now. So ruling that out's good.
The thing is now, Mina and Stewart with their movement, even if they wanted to do a psychic bond in France or Germany, he could be out of those 2 countries now anyway. With the rule for he could either be in Iberia, or Austro-Hungary as well. So, yeah, I don't know whether that misdirect that's been used well, albeit Harker will reveal it, but it's given Drax that extra time to decide what he wants to do. Still no rumour tokens. Does Terminus tend to load up on the last week with rumour tokens? Is that his MO, or?
I haven't seen a huge number of his games just because of time difference. He's based in Mexico, so it's
oh, right, okay.
Often just means that timing doesn't work out. Possibly. I think that Terminus is a very studious player, so has maybe seen what other members of the community have done and has taken that on board. I don't mind it in a situation like this. If he started Central, it makes sense not to throw down room tokens exceedingly early, because a lot of hunters could get on it. Whereas if you start throwing them down late, the problem is the hunters have only thrown away 1 stake. So you're going to have to start comboing, any sort of rumor tokens with things like bats and fogs to delay the hunters a lot, to get them to mature. Otherwise, they're just going to get staked left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that move. Harker's going to reveal it tomorrow. Well, technically today in the Dracula phase. I don't know if you need to move Godalming. Maybe his items are just so good that he doesn't want to supply.
Or maybe he was thinking if he jumps in, like if he did do that move form 259, it gives Godalming a head start. If it does revealed, he's 1 closer. If he was revealed on the move form there.
Yeah, for efficiency's sake, yeah, you'd want that to be the case. Yeah.
I like the hunter spread now, though. That's quite good. They're splitting the map in half. Is started card still showing on? It's still a Mina, right? Okay.
Ooh, 1 stake. That's another stake down.
Yeah.
It's possible that the misdirect might be Marseille. That would be great for Terminus if that is the case, because Marseille is arguably one of the best Wolfhorn locations. Just in terms of sheer distance. Van Helsing, is in reach of Nuremberg. Can't get as far as Vienna from Marseille. Not down the boot, so he could have just gone Saragossa.
Say what's interesting though, he's also removed Hamburg as a layer, so it'd be interesting to see if he'd gone. See, I was just going to say that. If he's gone up north back into Germania, hoping they all leave, and now if Mina does a psychic bond with. Oh, nice.
Huge saboteur, by the way.
Okay. On the layer, yeah, excellent.
And she can't psychic scan now.
Nope, she can't. No, so if he is in Germania,
well, not until tomorrow, anyway.
Yeah, if he was in Berlin, he can get down. If he's in, I was just wondering that if he kind of double backed and still no height. Yeah, you don't use height. No, not when you realise Wax has been.
Because that move is very good, because if you psychic scan Germania, find it's negative, and then you suddenly realise, oh, it's Iberia. She's on the best rail line to chartered carriage down.
Yeah. Yeah, because Italy was ruled out in Romania. Let's say Godalming by going to Zagreb. I think was that his intention to say, let's just make sure he hasn't rule formed there.
I
We'll
guess
find out
so.
now. Wow.
Oh, he went
Okay.
east. Whoa.
Okay. Okay. And he went to the wrong, and Godalming just checked the wrong one. Well, even so, I mean, the chartered carriage is going to be handy for one of them to get to Vienna quick. Stewart's out of position.
Yes. Seward is out of position a little bit, but you can get to Munich in 2
He's
days
got
if he
fast
rolls well
horses.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
But there's a long trail,
there is.
and
Yeah.
if they can't resupply up very easily, start putting vampires on small cities, then Hunters might have an issue. Pizza Wizard stating the obvious in the chat that this match is crucial. Isn't every game crucial now? But yeah, definitely more crucial for Terminus in terms of, you know, if Terminus wants to stay in the tournament, then this game is a
Yeah,
must
give
win.
us those tiebreakers.
Is the other game still going on? I have the tab still loaded and it has the little like audio symbol. So the tab is still producing audio. So they still talking. Maybe it's a post game like analysis or something.
Maybe, because when I left it just after 9, and it was looking like yeah, I would have tapped out probably the following 2 days.
Well, we'll see. I'll go back and unless someone spoils it in chat, I'll go back immediately after this and check it out. We'll see if Gio's managed to take it to a tiebreak or if Mr. Green has guaranteed his place in the semi-finals.
Yeah, there was some nice, not a real spoiler, there was some nice trolling by Mr. G again back in the chat. He did a move with Drac which forced Godalming the wrong way, and he went, it was worth that. It was sort of like, it was worth the 2 HP in the ocean just to get Godalming off trail.
Oh, I love it. Rossco
I said to
leaving
him at the
doesn't
beginning,
always mean the match is almost over. Well, exactly. This is what we're saying. We need to get you to like.
well.
We need to get you to therapy.
Listen, the only way that I stay on games is by doing commentary, so that's the downside.
Or maybe that's the
So,
only way. You just have to. You just have to get
yeah,
you
then nobody.
into every game to commentate.
Oh God, nobody wants to listen to me every game. God, they'd be asking me to leave early. Everyone else would be leaving early. It'll just be me chatting to myself.
He's a
Now,
wizard.
has he gone north? No. Okay, all right.
I'd be somewhat worried if he gone north because then he'd be running into. He could be in CG territory and things. So.
Yeah, I was just wondering if he'd gone up that way, forcing them all to go past him, and then he just jumps off. Oh, another body. Okay.
Yeah. And a knife.
What's Godalming got? Life, yeah.
No surprise given the stuff he was discarding. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peace is very hyped to hear you, and you're glad that you're back in the commentary booth because you missed the one a couple of nights ago.
Oh, thank you, PW. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, sorry I wasn't on the one the other night.
That's all right. Don't worry. Not a problem.
Yeah, that's the one. Actually, that was quite good. Yeah, because that's the one I went to watch it. I got to say, what match was that? Was that not?
That was Pizza Wizard Ariel.
Yeah, I saw the Madrid. I think like the aristocratic mature, and then I had a really bad migraine, and then I'd fallen asleep, and I woke up hours later. My laptop was still on, and it had the Dracula's victorious screen on it. So that'll be the longest I've stayed in a game. For it must have been like
Wow.
Ross is still there, like 4 hours after the game ends. It was like, so that's the quota making up for all those times I leave early. Okay, so yeah, movement is obviously sorted with the hunters now. He is going to be dragging them all across east.
But does Godalming have horses though?
I think he did. Yeah, did he not? Did he not?
I only saw
Who did he
him
go
move
to?
normally to Zagreb and then normally to Vienna.
Yeah.
So if
Well,
that's
he
the
may have them.
case,
He just didn't use them. Yeah.
But because Mina used her chartered carriage to get down to Budapest.
Which she has got fast horses, yeah. Unless she's given them to Godal. Unless she gives them to Van Helsing before she left.
Double trade? Maybe. I don't think she would have gone off to deal with the encounters with 2 horses in hand. So I think no.
No.
I think it's very possible that Van Helsing supplied the. Oh, he does have a horse. Okay, never
It's
mind.
a good darling. Yeah, you just
They,
don't need to use it.
they're starting to get ahead of the trail. Interesting. Oh wow. Okay, good deduction. But Mina doesn't have a stake. Oh, she does. She didn't use it. I don't think Adami has a stake either. So Seward is the one with the stake. And maybe Van Helsing has one. If Van Helsing kept one for maybe like a vampire lair? Hmm.
1, 2. Yeah, there's only 2. Yeah, that's right. 2 in the discard pile, which is getting reset now.
Hired Scouts. Very good Hired Scouts draw.
Oh, this is handy. Bloody hell.
That's the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
My game versus Spencer, all 4 got drawn very, very early. Now we've had to wait almost 2 weeks for the first Scouts. It's funny how they all pan out. Tuning in late, but looks like Fangs has a good hand on the trail. Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Harker really bailed him out. There's a really good wolf form. And Jonathan Harker did quite a lot of work in terms of that. Terminus has only just thrown down his first rumour, though. So, and that's nice. There's lots of aristocrats getting thrown down, so that's going to delay them. Terminus has to be a little bit careful. He doesn't suddenly get renewed vigor pounced by 3 hunters here, but if he keeps delaying them with aristocratics, his deck's about to reset as well, so he could throw down a fog and you'll get it back again. Yeah, it's okay. It's a pretty even game. We still would prefer to be the hunters in this situation, I would say. They need to start, throwing a wrench in into the plans.
I noticed on the Mystic research that Unearthly Swiftness and Vampiric Influence were both 2 of the cards that were dismissed for Drax, so they're quite big ones off the deck. Not that you get some, because if a Hulk's immature, they're 2 ones you want to see as a hunter. Yes. You want to see discarded.
There's a lot of Dracula events in the discard pile, by the way. So yeah, if a Hoax gets matured, I don't know if it ever will, just because of Jonathan Harker and Hunter movement. They're always going to be able to stop the Hoax.
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be some very, very good stuff in there. How many Dracula events are there? 5 of them are from Mystic Research, so it sort of elevates it a bit. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus the 5, so 17. There's only 8 left in the deck out of 40. It's a 1 in 5 with every night supply. So it's good for Dracula if there's a Hoax mature. That I like. That's putting a lot of pressure on the Hunters.
Yeah, good old double rumor. That's good.
The problem is now the Hunters are going to be moving a lot and not supplying. So are they going to, if they haven't got very strong events right now, because a lot of Dracula events I got discarded and things, are they going to be able to supply those big events?
Well, yeah, Stuart's got 2 events. Godalming's got all 3. Van Helsing's got 1, and Mina has 2. One being, what does that say? Long Night, is it?
Yeah, so basically 1 event.
one event, yeah. And if that one's blood transfusion, she's carrying nothing. So, although I saw the match the other night, I saw Van Helsing use blood transfusion to get rid of Godalming's Fangs. So
yeah, that's right. And it's also it's the threat, right? Even if it is blood transfusion, Dracula doesn't know that. That could be consecrated ground or renewed vigor or something, right? So,
yeah, the items I'm not too concerned. It's always the events you're worried about that play Planned Ambush, Lucy's Revenge, blah blah blah. So I mean, obviously we know one of those 2 is Wax Cylinder because that's what Stuart's playing all the time.
Could it be in Athens now? Terminus has to be a little bit careful, because if he overstays 1 turn, the Hunters might just say sod it to this trail, and just jump on him and kill him. Ooh. That's big. Unless there's a lucky find.
Nope. And a small city. Get rid of the rifle, that's good. So Mina's now just got 1 item. Good.
Right, so if there is a renewed vigor, you can't resupply and then move on to Dracula's space.
Yeah.
How risky do you play here?
So that's it, yeah, you're kind of looking at it as well. It's like the different levels of for Drac to try and ascertain when the hunters may pull the trigger on these things. It is things like, okay, what are they carrying? Can they supply? What size city are they on to supply? And then you kind of think, right, okay, well, I don't think that hunter will use renewed vigor, because if they do, they're going to be weakened by the time they jump on me. It's the ones that have got full items, and you're thinking, right, hang on, this could come any moment now. You'd be tempted to jump to C, but yeah, you could have gone Belgrade, Sofia, Salonika, Valona, Athens, and then C now. Oh no, he stayed on. I guess you could hide now.
Yeah, but I guess then Waxenders would reveal it, unless Seward jumps on turn encounter, which he decides to do that rather than Waxenders. Honestly, I don't mind that. There are 3 hunters.
There's a trail there. Yep.
But there's 2 rumor tokens. They're gonna also have to find this port. I assume it's Athens, but it might be. Could it be Valona? No, it can't be Valona. It could be Salonika. It's not going to be an Adriatic port.
No. And there's been no hides revealed, so I guess you could have gone Sofia, Sarajevo, and gone from Valona. But the safe bet would probably be either Valona, Athens, just to drag them further out.
No, see, it could have been. Sorry, it could have been Valona if he'd gone Bucharest, Sofia, Sarajevo, Valona. Yeah, okay, so Valona is on the table now. It's ruled out because of Sarajevo move, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, yeah, he could have gone Bucharest. Oh, you're right. So it could be Valona then, or it could be Black Sea, or it could be Salonika. Ooh.
Now, on one of the hired scouts, he did check Constanta, but I don't know if that would have been prior to Drac maybe even going there. Oh, there's Bucharest. All right, that's good. So yeah, okay. So yeah, he could have gone. Yeah, he could have gone Sofia 17.
Oh, nice bats.
Yeah, nice bats. I would just rather drag them into position and then head west.
Right. Or do you play greedy and push her into whatever the vampire is in Sofia and attempt to kill her?
Yeah, well, I mean, she's down light. She's down a weapon.
There could be an escape route kicking about. It'd be interesting. I guess you'll see if Van Helsing trades something, and then you might plan it from there. So you're right, it could be Black Sea Coast, or Ionian, or Adriatic. Adriatic, then a wolf form down to Genoa or something would be pretty nice.
Yeah, you're only dealing with Van Helsing over there, who currently is still there's Wax again. Now, I don't know whether I'd be tempted to do a deduction on Sofia, just to see and rule it out. Is it something I need to go after, or is it a full rumor token? And then, or then you kind of go, right, I'll leave that and go for the next one, because he's not going to use hide while he's doing that. Okay, you could use it, but typically, if I see Seward using wax cylinders, I won't use hide unless it's end game and going to benefit me. So deduction would mean is they haven't got. It saves a hunter getting delayed. It saves them wasting an item they don't want to. Rule one of rumor tokens out, or I don't know. Do you try and go for it? What would you do? Would you try and burn them both because they are rumor tokens?
We know Seward's got a stake, so one of them can definitely be dealt with. The question is, I guess it depends. I guess we don't know, so maybe the deduction would be a good idea, because if you discover that one of them's a new vampire, you could gang up on it and then stake the other.
And then it would allow you to decide which one you want to stake. Yeah, because if Sophia's a new vampire, you think, right, okay, do you let them mature it and it's going to go for 6? And if the following card is a reckless, he's already used a 2 aristocratic. If the other ones are a reckless, bear in mind one reckless has already gone from the behind the veil, then do you risk, you can then decide which one you want to take out to save your points.
I'm interested by that move to Klausenberg. Why wouldn't you just send it back into Galatz? Constanta I understand, because it could be Constanta as the last location, so you don't want to reveal that, that's fine. But why would you just move her to Galatz? It's equidistant from Constanta anyway. Let's see what happens in the west if Dracula's going to swing round that direction. If Mina is able to get into a fight with Dracula later in the game by one movement, that might be the one movement that Dracula's basically gifted her by moving her one space closer to the west now. We'll have to see. Didn't push her
Or
into
he
Sophia, which is interesting.
maybe could have used it to make her think, hang on, he's moved me away from the port. He left from Constanta. So therefore, it's trying to make them think, that's why. But then the hunters are so close with fast movement, any of them could go and check it, and it's already been revealed now anyway. So
Yeah, and also with
yeah, I
Jonathan
don't know.
Harker, you don't need to make those guesses.
Yeah.
As long as you have them situated in sort of Sofia, Bucharest sort of area, they can get to any port they want. So
I'd be more inclined to stick it at Constanta and then layer Bucharest, so that even if she tried, if she got a bad horse roll, you could try and hit it with a layer. But yeah, that's, as you say, that's moving her closer to where Dracula typically will go, unless he's doing Valona, Ionian, Adriatic, and wants to go back into Austria or back into Baltica, and maybe try to force her out so she can't do any sidekick. I'm not sure.
possibly, yeah. The second sea space makes
Yes,
Ionian much more
will.
likely, and it's been confirmed now because of the Valona move.
The thing is, though, he's relying on Godalming and Mina to take care of Sophia and Valona, that are two rumours. He's moved Seward away.
I think he's just letting them go.
Wow, that's brave.
I don't think he can be bothered dealing with them.
I mean, if that's Sophia, that gives you one ocean back. If he has gone from the Ionian, Tyrrhenian, Wolfform to Barry.
Or imagine you saying, "Oh, maybe it's a." Imagine it's just a ruse. Imagine if Sophia is a hoax, and then the vampire's behind it. A hoax mature and then a vampire mature would be devastating.
Wow. Yeah.
The only way it could be fouled up is if Godalming has a hidden stake that we don't know about, or if there's a heroic leap and it's a reckless vampire. If it's a new vampire, you wouldn't get as many points. I don't know. I don't mind the decision by Fangs to ignore it.
Yeah, I don't know the rumours though. I mean, you might be thinking. I mean, the deck's reset. There was a reckless was already gone, so I mean he knew that. But now the deck's reset on there. He's obviously made that move that he is going back west with Van Helsing. I don't know. I mean, you're on Tuesday of the final week that Dracula doesn't have long to really move around until yeah. Unless the hunters are trying to bait Dracula to land soon.
If we assume it's something like Cagliari Hyde Feed, so he lands Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday Mediterranean, Saturday, Sunday, he's up in North Atlantic. He could do like a Wolfform to Dublin. And then if he only needs 3 points to win, he can backtrack to Galway. I wonder if the hunters have enough time. They might well do. Especially if Rufus Smith gets drawn, then that also then changes the equation a little bit.
Okay, there's another one.
Now that I like, though. Triple...
Oh, yeah.
You don't see that very often. 3 rumor tokens on the trail at once. Thing is, Seward has a stake, but if he's having to deal with Cagliari or wherever the landing spot is, he's not chasing after Dracula, which is great for Dracula, because you want to stay away from Seward. He's the strongest hunter with those 4 items that he's got.
You know what I'm wondering? By that move with Mina to Klausenberg, I wonder if he's got an Ionian Black Sea and landed on Constanta. It's bold against CG, but again, if he's playing that move, he's moved her out the way. There's nobody, if Godalming has to deal with Sophia and she can't get to it, she can't psychic bond. And he can start throwing down layers again now.
The thing is, it's actually not that risky from CG, because as long as Sophia stays on the trail, if he gets CG'd now on Black Sea Coast, it would have to be done in a way that if Fangs just pushes him back out to sea, he wouldn't actually take penalty damage, because Sophia would mature first. Ionian... Oh no, Black Sea would still be on the trail. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, so yeah. God, going to Black Sea is so risky.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking of, but it might be, it's these games, because, look, Stewart and Van Helsing are positioning themselves for Cagliari, because that's where he goes. and if it puts them out of position, you could effectively get into Baltica again, do a little coast circumnavigate, get back to Valona, and just carry on and go back to feed and go back to sea again, and you've already got one of the rumor tokens down. So you want to try and expedite the victory in this. And it's Wednesday now, so the further the hunters move west, and as you said, aren't supplying, the better it is for Drac.
There's also another thing they could be doing. I mean, Snuff is asking, do we know if Kodami has a stake? We don't think he does. Based on the discards, Sue definitely has one. I think Van Helsing must have the other one. Okay.
Wow. So Mina's got to get a good move, or Sophia's going to mature here.
Yeah, but I don't think she has a stake either, because she wasn't using her stake at all in any of the other stuff, unless she had a stake, and she was using it all this time. But the thing is, if you can delay the Sophia thing, and you actually mature Valona, all the sea spaces get removed. So if you are in Cagliari, you could then hop back into Rinian again. Yeah. And if they don't have Money Trail, and they don't have Hypnosis... But that, it is, as Snuff's saying, it's a huge risk, because what happens if suddenly Valona gets dealt with? You gave up potentially 7 points in Sofia.
Yeah, that's the problem. But then the good thing is, what I like with this is, he's put the rumour token, even if Valona matured, then the next card there won't be wiped. So there's still a rumour token for them to deal with.
Yes,
which I like.
yes. Yeah, the timing's really good for that.
He's timed it well. He's letting Sophia go. So, I mean, we'll find out. I mean, if this is a hoax, that would be phenomenal for Drac.
Well, if it's a hoax, just pick up the Unearthly Swiftness and force through the Valona Mature, maybe.
Yeah.
So then you don't have to worry about Valona. Because imagine, you'd feel really bad if you think, oh, let's be greedy and try and get Tyrrhenian back. Or Adriatic, whichever one it is. Or Black Sea, whichever one it is. And then the Hunter suddenly Heroic Leap it, if it's a Reckless. You'd feel really bad about it when you had 7 points on your plate. Unless it's all, as you said, if it's a ruse, that's a different matter. Does Van Helsing have Sense of Emergency? He could have Sense of Emergency. But...
one's been burnt, though, so...
one's been burnt. There's still another one.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Could he have drawn it? Yeah, of course he could, but... Maybe you play on probability and say he didn't draw it? Oh, he's Night Supplying. He doesn't have Mystic Research Supplies, by the way, people. He used all of them. Oh, he discarded a stake. Whoa. Hey!
What's he discarded a stake?
Discard a stake. He must have another one. There's no way you discard one stake.
He must have renewed vigor, and he must have 2 renewed vigors, and he's hoping to just get everyone tooled up to just jump on Drac and forget about the layer, hopefully hitting before the time hits.
I guess so, but the thing is, like, because Van Helsing moved away from the coast, worst case scenario, it's only going to be Seward getting onto you with excellent weather today. Oh, it's only 6 points? Oh.
Well, I mean, would that argue that the card after that was the ruse to try and draw him? That could have been a delay card or something on there. As you say, he gets 6 points done, so... And if he's not Cagliari, then that's great. The trail is now, where's he gone? Or has he gone back to sea again?
I don't know if I like that.
No, that's a shame. I guess he was forced.
I think you could bait with hide and feed. Yeah. I think you could bait with hide and feed here.
Well, he's not done the Black Sea. Okay, no.
I think he should have... I think you should have hit in Cagliari. And even if they discover you, who cares? I don't think it does it matter? You're stalling, and that's the important thing. You're stalling for long enough that when you land in the 3rd week, you're not caring so much about CG. I'm worried here that Drag's gonna have to land before 4th week kicks in, and then he's gonna have to go to sea during 4th week, and that's the worst case scenario.
Well, the fact is now, that's good. Okay, that's a slow, not the ideal situation, that's slow. The problem, is he's going to have to land almost in a nest of hunters.
Yeah.
So that's the other issue. And he's going to be weakened. He'll take another 2. He's on 9 now. Yeah. Cagliari says, well, I mean, it must be Cagliari. He didn't rule from, if he'd gone Terranian, he didn't rule from Tabari. So it's only been Cagliari, unfortunately.
A fake wolf form would have been great, because then you could fear, the idea of a Bari, right? but then you don't have wolf form.
Yeah, yes.
So if they work around that ruse with an evil presence or local rumors or something, or hypnosis or a money trail, then suddenly, yeah, you're really scuppered then, having a week without wolf form. I don't know. Do the hunters have enough time? I guess it depends. Can Godalming deal with this rumor token? Does he have a stake? He must do, unless it's heroic leap, and Fangs is working on the assumption that it's a new vamp. Is not a Oh, it's not. Oh, it's a reckless. Okay, so if there is heroic leap, then that thing's definitely dying. Which is why maybe I think, as Dracula, imagine if you'd stayed here in Cagliari and hidden. You can then feed now, and now Godalming's sitting here going, do I really want to jump into Dracula and 2 encounters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There is the risk of revenge and planned ambushes and things, but if you
Or
can...
there's the other risk that Stewart was on Marseille. If he had excellent weather, then all of a sudden you've got 2 hunters. If you haven't got a fog, you've got 2 hunters jumping on you. Then that's the other. And then if Van Helsing's got an escape route and one of them jumps off, you're down to. I mean, you would have fed, so your health wise would be fine. But a 2v1 would still be. But again, if it was double vamps, Stewart jumping on a double vamp, nobody likes that. So that would have still been, get them down to a nice health level where you could actually do some damage at night.
And I guess
if
there are 4 wards, you normally like to keep 4 wards on Van Helsing now, because he's able to trade. It's not like in the old days. Back in the olden days, right, we're going to get all nostalgic, with the original digital edition where if Godalming has 4 ward and he just jumps on a Dracula's space, well, any other hunter can jump onto the space, because if there's fog, who cares? Godalming has 4 ward. Whereas now, it's the hunter that moves in who has to trigger 4 ward. So, what are the chances that Godalming has 4 ward? I mean, he could have it. But if Van Helsing has it, he's not able to trade it to Godalming before he lands, because he's at sea.
Okay.
Well...
Let's have a look.
I don't mind that.
Could it be Cagliari?
Yeah, it has to be Cagliari.
Hang on. I own it. It's went Black Sea. Hang on. Oh yeah.
There's no other space that has 2 seas either side of it. You don't have to move. If he'd hidden, it'd been better, because then you could look like he did Genoa, Venice. Not sure if that's possible if there's a hunter there, but I'm hypothesizing. Or the other way around. Or, as we saw in the previous game, something like Rome to Bari being played. This just tells you it's Cagliari. It's the only option. I don't mind the wolf form. I guess you have renewed vigor, you force it out of them now and you hope you survive it, but what if it's Granada and there's a consecrated ground? What happens if they jump on you in Geneva or something? Oh. If he's able to survive the renewed vigor and they don't have a second one, then okay. It's looking quite good.
The good thing is, because the new vampire matured, albeit 6, Godalming has to deal with the reckless, and if he hasn't got a stake, that's going to be difficult, and heroic leap. So he has to deal with that rumor token, otherwise that's it, game over. So it takes Godalming out of the game, which means you're up against 3 hunters. So, I mean, do you roll form to 25 and hope they jump past you into Spain? And then you go back to 57 and then you try and go around that way? Well,
that would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice, especially if Seward commits into Spain, they probably would. The issue is, Consecrated Ground and Genoa would still be a little bit devastating because Turin's on the trail, so you can't suddenly sneak out to sea if things go badly for you. Oh,
he's checking it. He's checking it. Okay.
Whoa, he's just ignoring Cagliari. And if he now moves away from the port, is he going to get
he's hoping to catch him.
I assume he is, yeah.
I guess now, okay, so they could rule out 24 and 37 then immediately. I mean, I think he's right. He's probably just played safe to go down to Spain. That's one use. That's Godalming's really the only one that can get there, depending on their movement. Mina used the chartered carriage.
So a lot of hired scouts, by the way, but Seward didn't draw one. Oh, wow, you haven't used Vampire Lair, Renewed Vigor just to play Vampire Lair?
Wow.
Oh,
that's a waste. That's a waste of a Renewed Vigor.
I guess it depends if he catches him or not. Van Helsing can't supply a stake. Sorry, he can't get Hyde Scouts because there's a Dracula event on top. And there's another Dracula event on top. Goodness me, the deck is really loaded at the top with Dracula events.
Yeah.
But now this is really critical because they have to solve Cagliari because if it gets up to 11, Dracula can then just land to win.
Yep. His stakes have been burnt. So
If there's, well, I guess it's maybe not so much of a waste of renewed vigor if there's a consecrated ground and he's able to push. Yeah, he's in Spain. He's in Iberia. Because they checked everywhere else. I hope it's a fake and Terminus landed in Rome. Impossible. Oh, he has CG. Uh-oh. This could be, yeah, if they have a second renewed vigor.
don't go Granada. Don't go Granada.
I guess you just throw it onto all the ports.
Madrid. Okay.
Right. So the question is, oh man, this is really bad for Terminus.
Well, Stuart's delayed.
No, but that's only a night delay though. Oh, he has with them
So
all.
he can't
Okay,
play...
this is probably a GG then. Unless he is somehow able to survive until Monday.
Wow.
Friday, rumor token slips to there. Saturday, Sunday. Right, okay. So when he makes his Monday move, the Reckless will mature.
Yeah, I don't think he's got enough time for that. The movement of the Hunters, all three have got they can all get to Madrid. And they forced them into Alicante or 48, unless he's got fog. Two fogs. You could do
you need both fogs here. But you might have used one in the east. Yeah. So in the end, it wasn't a terrible renewed vigor. Van Helsing's on a good rail line if he has charted carriage. Seward's undelayed.
You have left 3 locations open to him, though. Albeit blocking off Cadiz is a good idea, so it kind of limits Granada. But you have given him 3 locations to go back to. And then the Hunters are going to have to check that, and then it allows them one more move. Ideally, if you can get to the... Yeah, even if you can get to a coast, then it forces their hand to go back to deal with Cagliari. So it's not a watertight CG, but I mean, it's been effective.
I mean, he needed to play the wolf form in order to not get, like, not CG nuked, but CG checkmated and forced back down to sea. But because that wolf form's now there, I mean, you're absolutely right. The Cadiz Consecrated Ground is amazing, but also the Madrid is almost acting like another CG token. So if he goes to Granada, he's blocked in 2 directions. So I guess the only way is you go to Granada, hope they don't jump on you today, and then hope they don't block Alicante, but they're never not going to let... There's no way, unless Sonny Seward rolls the only slow horse, they're going to... I think he's just going to run out of... They're going to just swarm him, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's enough saying maybe you try and play a fog, get into a fight in Saragossa, maybe, and you go for an escaper's bat. Yep, that might have to be the way.
Well,
Suez roll fast. Suez roll fast. If he gets into Alicante, he's not there. That has to be GG. The Huns are just gonna. He's gonna have to force it. He's gonna get forced to move into Alicante. Well, no. If he goes to Granada and hides and then feeds, the Reckless will mature, and then he frees up his wolf form. That's an alternative way around that problem. Okay.
Santander.
Why are you going to Santander? He can't be there. That's impossible.
That was blocked. Yeah, that was blocked. Why is he going?
I don't know.
Unless he's trying to block it. Unless he's trying to block him getting to the South Atlantic coast, because Lisbon's only free. He doesn't want him going to that ocean. Maybe Van Helsing or Mina are going to deal with the Reckless after all, and he's blocking him so that now that ocean won't become available. It's not letting him get to Lisbon, so he can't go back to the South Atlantic.
Oh, if Van Helsing has a stake, he can can get to Cagliari in time.
Yeah.
Unless they night supply. And it's not over. If he gets his wolf form back.
Jesus, yeah, but the wolf form is only going to happen if that Reckless matures. And all you can do is, as soon as Van Helsing lands attacking, But again, you ain't going to kill him in a day fight with a reckless. Again, don't know what he's got. He's got 3 items and he's got 2 events. You're on 4 Fury. Nah. This is when my finger will be saying, right, okay, that's the game over. But who knows? Maybe me staying will encourage Drac to find a way. There's always a way. There's always a way.
Yeah, the reckless. If the reckless doesn't mature, then Draco's got a huge issue. Is
Yeah.
there any way he can stall long enough? Let's think. If he slides, let's say he was in Granada now. That's what he has to have done. If he's gone to Alicante first, then we're in. Then he's in huge trouble. If he moves to Alicante now, Mediterranean's here, hides, feeds. Oh, he could go back to Mediterranean.
Yeah. But he's got 3 hunters on him.
Not if he fogs.
Well, yeah, but depends which one. Yeah, but again...
Oh, but then you'd have to... Oh, my goodness, you'd have to... Well, maybe it's better then. Oh, no. Maybe he had to go to Alicante and throw down now double fog. He can Dark Hole and feed inside the fog. Hunters won't get freed up, so they can't jump on him. And then Mediterranean is freed up. That's how he does it. That's the only way. If he's on 1 fog, he could die. Oh, he went to Alicante. Oh my goodness. That is the only way he was able to get out of that mess. Because now you need double forewarned. And I assume they're not going to have it. If Van Helsing trades double forewarned, he can't get to Cagliari in time. Oh, bats. Oh, he's used a fog already. Oh no. And a day fog's not good. You don't want to reveal that. You don't want to ambush with that. You wanted to keep... You want to... Oh. They're not dealing with Cagliari. If Terminus plays this and is able... If there is a fog in Alicante... And he's able to fog at the right time, he can feed, and then he wins. Because Reckless will mature. He has survived this 1 turn. He shouldn't have ambushed Seward. That night, the night delay doesn't help in the situation, especially since it's not on a port city, right?
No, I did nothing with that, unfortunately.
So I guess the question is there a forewarned? And if there is, who has it? Oh.
Or you got... Yeah.
Oh, imagine he'd saved a fog. I don't know. Oh, he must have been so scared of the possibility of them jumping onto Madrid. A day fog's not
Again,
great.
it depends when he plays it, because, yeah, whoever's got... let's assume they have got a forewarned. They may not. There's still cards in the deck.
Yeah.
If they haven't, he's got to choose which one he wants to hit them with. So he could hit the right hunter and only have a 1-on-1. And like you say, then all of a sudden, does he do it now? Do you want to do a 2? It depends. Does Godalming... He's got 1 event card. Is that event a forewarned?
Oh, Bats isn't great.
Oh!
Oh! Oh my goodness!
GG.
Well, is it G? Yeah, because he can't get there. Oh, wow. Oh, he should have dealt with Cagliari when he had the chance. Oh, wow.
He should have. He got 2... Yeah, he was hoping that CG would do the damage, but he didn't have enough locations to block it.
That's incredible.
So he's got to Granada, but does he not know that? Does he not realise that Cagliari is going to wipe? He must do.
Now, the interesting thing here will be, will Terminus know that he just wins by moving? Well, he's going to get his wolf form back, so he can just wolf form if he really wants to. What's his health? Yeah. Wow! Terminus is going to get the tiebreaker decider. Unless he misclicks. Unless he misclicks right now.
He's played enough of this to know, purely.
Well,
Oh.
Don't say these things. Look at
Right,
Mr.
I'm gonna
Green
put some, I'm gonna
forgetting
put
to
someone in the
stake
comments.
stuff.
Yeah, Mr. Green's old though. He's confused. I'm gonna put a note in the comments. Remember. Yeah, he'll know this. Listen, if you're playing this far in a tournament, you know. If you don't, then shame on you. He knows that. Just make sure you mature Cagliari. Don't get excited and trigger happy.
Yeah. Oh, don't hit Leia. Oh, come on, Terminus. You deserve this win after the last game. It was so close. Oh, it's going to go
There
to
you
a
go. Don't let
tiebreaker. This
that.
tournament is so
Wait.
cool.
Oh, mature it. Mature it now. Come on, don't be silly.
Well
Lovely.
played. Oh,
Lovely.
Terminus, what a legend.
Yeah, and then just rule form wherever you rule form onto your hunter. Fuck him, just to really
No,
rub
you
it.
can just move into Saragossa.
Yeah, well, anyway, you can move into.
It doesn't even have to. It doesn't have to. Oh, you can move into a hunter, but maybe he might not do that because he maybe doesn't realize that if you move into a hunter, you still get the points. He doesn't want to risk it now.
I'd be like, yeah, that way you move in. It's a finger up to the hunters. You land on their face, smiling at them while you get your 3 points. Come on now, son. Don't fuck this up. Come on. You got the whole of Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Rooting for you. Oh, what a bloody hellfire. I mean, we still don't know what happened in the game between Geordie and Mr. Green. Is that a tiebreaker as well? Now Terminus is going to be in a huge position here. What role does he pick for the...
Well, the thing is, regardless, even if he fucks up now and he goes to C and he's not sure, he knows when he lands he's going to win anyway. Vampire Layer's been played, CG's been played.
Yep.
Boom!
What a game! What an ending!
Wow.
I thought he was dead for sure. Wow.
Do you know what? That was quite good with the whole bats and fog, so that even if one had forewarned, it was kind of like, okay, well, I can burn it on one. He would have then had the fog to hit him with the other.
But the thing is, the bats isn't useful there, because bats triggers after combat, so you never forewarn that. If you put bats in Madrid to then ascertain that Seward did not have forewarned, that's a different story. Gyro just wrote terminated in the chat.
Terminus, you get picked on the side for the final match. Wow. Wow.
The number 11 seed is going to have the deciding role for the tiebreaker against the number 3 seed. What the hell is happening?
So one would assume that he'll choose to play Drac then, because you'd argue that is Drac Fangs' strongest faction?
Yeah, Fangs has won every Dracula game bar 1 this tournament out of 9.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just take Drac off him. Wow.
Hey, Terminus is in the chat! What a legend! Well played! Well played! I mean, two amazing
Terminus.
Games between you two. Well done.
Wow. That was a phenomenal game, Terminus. What a way to turn it around there at the end. Big kahunas to just jump to Alicante, bait him out.
Yeah.
Very
well done.
And your decision for the tie. I was just saying at the beginning, I like a good old tiebreaker. So that's 2 matches now. We've got tie break. If Geo beat Mr. Green, we've got 3 tiebreakers. Oh my days.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go back now and watch go watch the finale. Because just imagine, right? Imagine if the Hunters had... I don't know why Seward went to Santander. That makes no sense to me. You have to go into Alicante because even if Seward gets fogged, he's gonna miss a turn, right? He had the extra turn to feed, and then he could move. He would have had to. He would have had to feed when the fog had disappeared, so that all the Hunters would just gang up on him right before he'd win. So you have to get into... You have to move into Alicante. And if you don't have full ward, you can wait it out. And you can catch him.
Yeah.
So that was actually a bit of a misstep there.
But you say, unless he drew the bats after, but if he'd played bats in Madrid and then double fog in Alicante, then it'd be the same outcome, but it would have been more compounding the fact that you'd have the safety to do what he wants to feed if you want to get his IDS back up and various things. So
it's more tense in this
in fact,
situation, but that would only been relevant if he was able to play the hide card. If Sud had jumped in to, well, I guess he could have, if he had double fog. If the fog had been played in Madrid, I guess he could have then played it in his next move, so in Granada or Saragossa or something, and then again just hope that there's no forewarned. I was expecting the forewarned. So were we, Terminus. You should have heard me. I was screaming, going, "The bats do nothing! Why did you fog Madrid? Why did you ambush with Madrid? It does nothing!" And then you got it at the end. Very well played.
It'd be interesting to see if there was a forewarned on anybody, and if Van Helsing was holding on to one, if he didn't transfer it quicker. But yeah, I mean that decision not to deal with Cagliari came back on them.
Yeah, I bet because Gadami only had one event, right? So I guess Terminus made the decision being, well, there's only one event. I'd rather just ambush Godalming, and I know it instantly if I've won or lost, rather than every hunter moving in, I'm constantly playing chicken with myself. Maybe Godalming had Heroic Leap. Maybe he was going to use it for Cagliari, but then decided to leave to try and get onto the mainland sooner to try and surround him. And Fangs did a really good job with the Renewed Vigor and Consecrated Ground. It should have been enough.
It should have been, because then the Cagliari was out of the equation. And then Dracula was then having to try and get across to the next coast with Cadiz blocked off with CG and 3 hunters in close proximity to deal with him. You don't have to jump on him. You can just sit and wait for him to... Because, again, the days weren't going to be anywhere nearer if Cagliari was dealt with. So you're sitting waiting for Drag to step onto one of the hunters. So that would have been a more astute play, but... I don't know. You never listen. We say it a lot. These games at this stage of the tournament, things can you can have a brain fart any time, and you kind of, what did I do that for? You just don't know. The pressure can get to everybody.
Thanks in the chat. Godalming had Lucy's Revenge. Again, makes sense. It's Godalming, but also if you are going to take on a Reckless Vampire and Cagliari, it makes sense then to have it. So because it could have helped you out with that. It could have helped you with. I guess it makes sense then because it was something that Snuff made a mention of. That Terminus could have played a move from Madrid to go into Saragossa, or anywhere for that matter, to then try to then escape as Bat. So maybe Fires was thinking, if I jump into Alicante with Seward, there's a risk of a fog and escape as Bat, and I don't want that to happen. But maybe you just move to Madrid anyway? I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm not sure, but... It was really close. Honestly, if you look at the two games that we've had between these two, you could easily argue, and both players are going to say, oh, I should have won 2, I could have won 2-0, I could have won 2-0. But based upon how close the two were, a tiebreaker just seems to be, from the fairest sort of result. And, I mean, the Peanut Gallery. The Peanut Gallery, I gotta love it. Another tiebreaker. So we've got at least 2 tiebreakers in the semi-final. We'll see if Pizza Wizard and Ariel can get dragged into a tiebreaker. And we'll see what happened between Mr. Green and Geo. We didn't finish watching the game, Geordie, just because it started... this game started while that was still going on, so I'm going to go back and watch the last half an hour. And see...
is Geo in the chat? Ask him who won.
Oh, should we have it spoiled? Do you want it spoiled? Do we want spoilers?
Yeah, okay, yeah, come on.
All right, okay, Geordie. Did you beat Mr. Green? Do you take it to a tiebreaker, or is Mr. Green in the semi-final?
My heart is about to explode.
Oh wow, Sud had a full warn on the last night supply. Damn.
Well, that doesn't tell me what. So what? Mr. Green won?
No, that was Fang saying it. So there was a full warn kicking about. Makes sense. Yeah, come on,
well, that makes sense.
Gio, give us the result.
Queremos
saber el resultado. You're most welcome, Warcraft. Oh, Mr. Green won. So we haven't got another tiebreaker. Damn.
Okay.
Que pena, compan. No pasa nada.
Well, that's the first semi-finalist position secured, then. Mr. Green can relax.
Mr. Green is in the semi-final. Oh, he didn't have renewed vigor. Oh, he says that's like the blight of Geordie's tournament. He hasn't had renewed vigor. Poor guy. Oh dear. I have to go back and watch it. It must have been really close because with Rufus Smith and stuff. But the IDS doesn't matter if it's 2-0. Okay.
Okay, so that's quite interesting then. So yeah, so that's quite the one tonight then. So the argument you could say for this one is the Hunters left both the Sophia Hunt, the vamp to mature, and Cagliari, and both of them is what cost them the game.
Yeah, but the thing is, I completely understand the Eastern, like the decision in the East not to deal with the vamps. They would have lost a lot of time. Seward did have a stake, unless it somehow got thrown away and we didn't notice. In hindsight, Sophia was a new vampire, so they could have ganged up on it, and then Seward went to deal with Valona. But I guess then the question is, if they'd done that, would they have been in the position to use the Renewed Vigor Consecrated Ground combo?
Well, here's the thing. Had they dealt with Sophia, they wouldn't have had to worry about the vampire layer, which would have delayed one of their movements on Seward for the Renewed Vigor. So he could have moved quicker and could have landed faster. So they could have actually positioned themselves where the CG would have blocked it and it would have forced him into Seward or a Hunter. So again, yeah, it's one of those where that vampire layer delay on the Renewed Vigor was an issue there, which they wouldn't have had to worry about had Sophia been dealt with. So
Right. And I guess you could have let Athens mature. It could have been another 4-point vampire. But then Terminus would have still been a day short. I mean, I understand it. Fangs made a calculation in terms of how much time am I going to spend dealing with this trail versus how much time do I save letting it go and getting everyone west. And then Gaddafi went round with the excellent weather. That's fine. I don't necessarily disagree. I think it's one of these things where we could, individual players will quibble, but I understand the decision that was made. It's not a bad decision. But it was more the case of Cagliari didn't get dealt with. And I've been in this situation before with games where you think, oh, I'm going to let that mature because I've got time. And then you suddenly realize you don't have time. Something goes wrong, and you got no position to recover. All Van Helsing had to do was, he must have had a stake, or maybe he didn't have a stake. He could have gone across to, he would have had time to get across onto Cagliari. But again, easy in hindsight. If Fangs had jumped into Alicante and Terminus had held off the ambush with the fog, or Gadami had forewarned, well, that would have been now a Hunter win. And we say, oh, what a genius. He let those, he ignored those 2 Rumor Token vampires, and it was worth it.
Yeah, I think the setting up the Hunters to block with the CG was good, because I commented on he had the Hunters splitting the map in half, which was ideal position for what he had. I think Godalming, because with the excellent weather round to, and I get it, he kind of ruled. I mean, he very quickly ruled out Genoa. That he didn't rule form to any location in France or Italy. So then Spain was the place to go to throw down CG and block it there. So that made sense on there. I think it was just another couple of moves at the end, but it was a. Now I think I would have clicked out of that game as soon as CG was played. I think I would have gone, oh well, that's it, Drax done. So I'm glad I commentated and got through the end of that.
Was it worth it that you stayed?
Oh, of course it is, because you get to hear my lovely dulcet tones and commentary chat. It's not just beneficial for me, but the audience get to hear it as well. So everyone's a winner.
There you go. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
So give the crowd, give for us that are listening, what are the updates? Do we have dates? Or well, we won't have Fangs Terminus yet, but your tiebreaker is when? Just let the audience know.
Tomorrow at the same time as the game today, so that is 5 p.m. UTC, so 5 p.m. your time, 6 p.m. mine, and then what's that Eastern time? 1 p.m. Eastern? Nope. Noon Eastern time. There we go. Things have gone backwards. Let's have a look at the document, shall we? Very excited. I think most people have clicked off at this point.
All right. Okay. Fair.
But for your benefit. So yeah, that's the tiebreaker. Yeah, tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC. The second match between Pizza Wizard and Ariel is on the 15th. So what's that? Friday at 10:15 UTC. So 10:15 your time. quarter
Friday,
past
quarter past.
5.
Yeah. Okay.
Quarter past 5 Eastern time. I might be able to stream. That's a little bit late for me. I've got an early start on Saturday morning, but I could be tempted to stream it, maybe. And then we don't need a tiebreaker between Mr. Green and Geo, sadly. Poor Geo. Knocked out number 5 seed Snuffleupagus, so that's no mean feat. And then the... Oh, wow, on Friday we're going to have the tiebreaker between Fangs and Terminus. At 5 PM UTC, so 4 PM your time. Oh my goodness.
Bloody hell. Right, okay.
So by the end of Friday, we'll know the 4 semi-finalists.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. That's nice and neat and tidy. And then what is it? The following week that the semi-finalist matches will be planned out.
Yeah, I can't remember. Well, I mean, as soon as the round is done, then technically the next round can start. What's the official date for the semi-finals? Let me have a quick look. 20th? No, that's not useful. Yeah, so the official dates for the semi-final is actually between the 21st of November and the 2nd of December. But we're going to be finishing about a week early. So,
okay, good.
If people want to take a break, that's fine. I know personally for me, if and only if I can beat Spencer and get through into the semi-final, I will be playing. I won't be playing my games early because this weekend I'm completely blocked out. And then next weekend's iffy for me as well, so I might have to push my games back. So that's the thing. There's in the semi-finals there'll only be 6 games, right? 6 games maximum, anywhere between 4 and 6. So they're going to be spread out. We'll have to see the timing of things. So yeah, they go until the 2nd of December to get played. If things get moved forward, then things get moved forward. We'll just have to just play it by ear and just see how things go. But yeah, by this time in 2 days, we will know more or less. Yep, I think that's the right timing. All 4 semi-finalists. We've got 1 higher seed. Mr. Green is already in. Pizza Wizard is 1-0 up against Ariel. But that could be taken to a tiebreaker, so maybe not then. If that's taken to a tiebreaker, then we might have to wait maybe about a week to find out, depending on their scheduling and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe we might need the extra time. We'll have to see. It's not extra time because it's all process anyway. But we'll know the semi-final for the bottom half of the draw. Either myself or Spencer versus either Fangs or Terminus. We'll find out. Ooh! Exciting stuff.
Oh, lovely jubbly. Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad I stayed up for that. That was a cracking match. Thank you, Fangs. Thank you, Terminus. That was a great match to watch. Back and forth. And as always a pleasure to co with yourself. I'll be jumping on to watch your match tomorrow, just on the server. So good luck for tomorrow. Are you playing Dracula, or who's getting to choose your position tomorrow?
I've got the preference because I won with higher IDS. I've opted to play Hunters. Partly because I lost his Dracula today, so it'd be a bit silly for me to pick Dracula. I know it's potentially playing into Spencer's hands as well, because we know Spencer's a good Dracula player. But I'm like, come on, let's give the people what they want. They want me on my stronger role. They want Spencer on the stronger role. Come on, let's have one really good game, and whoever wins is through. And that'll do. Watch me suck now.
Yeah, that'll be it. Well, that's it. So that's kind of made my sense. So yeah, it's Dracula is obviously there. So I'll be one hand hoping that you do well, but on the other hand, Dracula's got to. He's my man. He's got to do the win. So we'll wait and see. That'll be as long as the cracking match, the game doesn't bug out.
Yeah, I really hope there's no bug again. Yeah, just as long as it's a good game of Fear of Dracula for either side, then. Or for both sides.
If you're
that's what we want.
If you're in a position where you're going to play Renewed Vigor and Speed Telegraph, just call Canny and click them a bit slower, one at a time, instead of just click, and then it just backs up and kills the game.
Well, that wasn't it. I think I was very unlucky, and I had a random disconnect in the middle of my Speedy Telegraph, and when I reconnected, the game didn't really understand what I was trying to do.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
yeah. Even when you get a bug, it came back and went, "Oh, it's Scotsword logging in. Here, have some supplies. What cards do you need?"
Yeah, giving me holy bullets in a small city. Thanks, game.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
perfect. I mean, I lost
And
my
there's
second
some more.
action with Van Helsing.
Yeah, yeah, there
Even
you
I
go.
got a second planned ambush, but I was like, I wanted to move to Paris. That's my whole intention. I also then realized after the fact, I was like, oh, there might be bats in Paris. There's the only way I can't stop a 4-1-1. I had 4-1 with Van Helsing, but I was like, I want to get to Paris, and it's not letting me. So I don't know what happened there. I've never seen it bug out that badly. So I
No,
think
no.
I disconnected and I just got very unlucky. I think. But
Yeah, yeah, I've not seen anything like that. So no, that's been fine. But all right, lovely. Well, I shall say goodbye, good night, good evening, and all the rest. Congratulations again to Terminus, and I look forward to seeing the tiebreakers.
absolutely. Thank you, Roscoe, for commentating and stuff. Always a pleasure.
No bother. Have a good one. Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. The chat's been a bit quiet, so I assume nobody's really here at the moment, but that's great. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, especially also to Terminus and Fangs for giving it such an amazing game of League of Dracula, and for joining in the live stream chat temporarily at the end of the game before they went off to chat on their own. And yeah, thank you, everybody, for all your comments and stuff. It's been great. I can go to bed now on a high after a bit of a crappy day, but that's good. League of Dracula's always here to pick you up. So yeah, take care, everybody. Thank you very much. You're most welcome, Geordie. Thank you for joining, especially after playing your game. The last thing you probably wanted to do was see more League of Dracula, but thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I will see you all in another video very soon, I guess. Well, by the way, folks, in 10 minutes from now, I think, or maybe it's just been released on Discord, my perspective of the match against Spencer is now going to be out on the channel, either now or in 10 minutes' time. I can't remember what time I said it. I think I said it to 11:30. So it's out on the channel, so you want to go and check that out, you can. And yeah, I will obviously record my perspective of the game tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see how the tiebreakers go on Friday. They're very exciting stuff. Yeah, take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to Mr. Green for making it through to the semi-finals. See you all in another video soon. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.